Collective, welcome back for another daily channel message. Shout out to those of you that are returning and those of you that are new. I see y'all in the comment sections. All right, so I didn't get any channel message prior to pulling, so we're just going to pull together and see what comes out for the collective. What clarity, truth, guidance do you have, Spirit, for the collective? Let's see. All right, so we have Medicine Woman in reverse. All right, so I'm getting that you've already cleared up a lot of past life karma. Okay. Things that help you develop into who you need to be. And so you have, wow. Okay, so it's saying pretty much that you've outgrown the need to interact with certain soulmates to learn those lessons because you did your own spiritual, some of y'all did past life regression. You were willing to look within, clock your own T, confront yourself. Okay, confront aspects about yourself that need to be put in balance. And again, with the clear quartz, this is telling me clarity, truth, confirmation. And so here we are. So shouts out to you guys. Heads up, so I salute you. Spirit is coming through really saying that you've done the work. And a part of doing the work, you have ascended beyond self-sacrificing yourself in order to heal other people. Okay. You're really in your Aquarian age. You're in your Aquarius bag. You don't have to be an Aquarius, but it's saying that you have ascended beyond the Piscean age and you're really in flow. You're in a state of flow. Right? Because Earth Angel energy is pretty much saying you would learn the same lessons over and over and over again of what it means to be human. And so you're outside of the constructs of human consciousness. And you've ascended into a limitless being here. Okay, so they want to talk about work and your life purpose. They're really drowning that out right now. Okay. Because I'm seeing someone travel, write books, share their life story. And that life story or that book will serve as a navigation system, help, support. So you're changing the dynamics of what it means to help humanity, and you're doing it from an ascended perspective. Could be into the quantum physics type of realm. Definitely sensitivity is telling me that you've tapped into your esoteric mysticism, the esoteric mysteries. Okay. Confirmations if you identify as like a mystic. Typically mystics for me are, people that they may not have a group or a coven, like explorers. Yeah, with scientists here. You're supposed to create some type of, it's a part of your life purpose to make some type of breakthrough, groundbreaking research that will change the way in which we practice therapy, mental health, the resources behind it. You're applying spirituality with science. Okay. It's also showing me mediumship. I'm also seeing you as on a TV show. The examples that they gave me were Tyler the Medium. There's another medium that has like a mystic shop. I don't know her name, but it's giving me along those lines. This is why you can't really interact with people, because you're extremely sensitive to the spiritual realm. And so every time you interact with people, all of the like, I don't want to say trauma, because trauma can come up under counseling, but it's giving me all the souls from the spiritual side may use you to communicate to their loved ones and give them help, and help their bloodline or their generation or their descendants ascend as well. Wow. You're not supposed to be for everybody as well, is what they're telling me. So different marketing strategies that's used to appeal to the masses as a way to kind of like tunnel them or funnel them into certain like clicking and different things like that. You aren't meant to have to do that. Something about the naked eye. So a part of the magician work when it comes to marketing has a lot to do with appealing to your ego, your identity, what you personally gravitate towards based off of the conditions that you grew up in, the era, the time period, and things like that. Psychologically, yes, you could use those marketing strategies to attract a lot of people. But at this phase of your development spiritually and your life purpose, it's not a part of your destiny to save everybody. You're actually exclusive. It's giving me an exclusive type of community or group that's not supposed to be for everybody. So you won't be very appealing to the eye. The aesthetics won't be necessarily, you won't have a lot of candy or fluff to mask the medicine of what it takes to apply certain methods, remedies, formulas to help people reach their spiritual development. And so yours is more like medicine, but it's proven. You are a proven case that it works because you used it on yourself. Okay, you applied it on yourself, so you have some type of hands-on research. So a lot of people may be drawn to you because of the fact that you're different, you're ostentatious, you're not like everyone else. You don't really appeal to their ego. Those are the ones that will be drawn to you. Those are the ones that are spiritually magnetized towards you because they're a part of your soul tribe. The ones that feel like they're not entertained or they don't feel their ego being stroked, they will become like a lesson because of your spiritual development. So I can guarantee you that this is not a path or a journey for you, a spiritual walk that is about success in this lifetime. You're supposed to be like legendary, go down in history for something. So I see a period of your life where you are documenting, traveling the world, and being like an observer. And this is your sacrifice to the world. Yeah, clarity. You're like an observer. This is your sacrifice to the world. Your sacrifice isn't the same as it used to be in history books. It's a sacrifice of immediate success for the longevity of humanity. Okay? So you are true. Authenticity. And that's where you're meant to lead. All right, so I see you transitioning into coaching, developing different ways to interact with your clients, your tribe. Okay. So they say that they want you to create programs, packages, products to help solve their problems. Okay. So your niche is pretty much self-development. If you've been wondering, this is a confirmation that your niche is self-development, character building, spiritual evolution, and application. Okay, you won't have to invest your own funds to receive recognition. You are meant to experience a period of this journey where you receive no recognition at all. Okay, doing something that's never been done before, going against the grain. A lot of times you're light years ahead. You're like time traveling. You're light years ahead of humanity. And so, like I said, many will be called, but few will be chosen. And you're meant to keep it that way. So if you've been contemplating on if something is fair, if you should change, if you should just blend in, be more likable, change up something that you do, the answer is no. All right, last cards for collective that this is meant to resonate for, Spirit. What's your closing message? All right, we have the Hermit, the Lovers, truth out there. I don't know, they told me to put it on this side. Okay. Yeah, this is love hate. So you'll experience a period of unconditional love as you're coming out of isolation and you're really stepping into your power. Those that love you will attack you, and you'll be aware of it. That awareness that you're being attacked is confirmations of a breakthrough in the matrix, in the simulation. Now, the objective here is to get you to behave, perform, and conduct yourself in a way that was once likable. And when you do not conform to that type of condition, yes, you will reach a period of, like, you'll be in the Seven of Pentacles frequency for a little bit. So the Seven of Pentacles frequency is pretty much saying something steady, right? And so you may wonder if you should continue focusing on it. You'll be kind of in the middle between if you should still focus on it, do something different, or do something different. And you're in this space, you're going to sharpen your discernment with what you invest and how you invest it. When's the right time to drop something? When's the right time to hold? So you're learning about folding. When to hold, when to fold. That's the position of power that you're sitting in at this moment. So it has to appear as if you are temporarily codependent in a sense. And that's because you're going through a portal. This portal that you're going through is preparing you for leadership. But not leadership on your own. Leadership in the context of you have something to say, you have something to express, you have something to offer. Some of y'all have something to teach. This is why the traveling energy is coming up as well, because it's like you have this energy where you'll always know when it's time to leave or time to travel. Like you've outstayed you've outgrown your welcome, you've outstayed your welcome. Everywhere you go, you're going to experience, like, I've outstayed my welcome. Family, friends, business, work, you've outstayed your welcome. So if you try to stay too long, it'll just be like hitting a brick wall. You'll feel unhappy. When you feel that sense of unhappiness, you're going to be torn with that Seven of Pentacles energy again. Should you stay or should you go? Because you also know that emotions are like seasons. It comes and goes. So part of you will have to do careful discernment to determine if this is an emotional reaction that you feel called to do, or if this is a response to feeling as if it's uncomfortable, because you are breaking limited belief systems. Okay. What about this focus? So I am seeing hard work and focus during this season. Yeah, the hard work and focus that you're doing is to avoid a disaster. But, yeah, so every time it's time for you to shift gears or something like that, you're going to be like, I don't really feel like it. And that's going to register to the universe that you're avoiding something that's uncomfortable. But it's also clarity and confirmation that you are supposed to be going in that direction. But you got to feel secure. You have to feel, you're the one that has to feel secure in the clarity that you're being given. And the only way for you to feel secure in that is to be made extremely uncomfortable, where you're forced to no longer invest in a particular situation. What exactly are you currently avoiding? Okay, negative ridicule, criticism, gossip, slander. Anytime you're in a state of avoiding that type of experience, you are taking a risk and taking a gamble, because your success comes from you leading a life that attracts conflict, strife, gossip, criticism. So the more criticism that you have, the more in alignment you are with your soul's purpose. So you're on the period of the wheel where you have to have tomatoes thrown at you. You have to have people hating you. This is where your character is being developed. And it's gonna hurt, and it's supposed to hurt. And the only way that it's gonna hurt is when it's happening from people that you unconditionally love. Typically, people that you unconditionally love are those that you've once bent over backwards for. Okay? But when you reflect on the situation, you're gonna see that there were way more bad memories than there were good memories. And you were adapting to your environment and turning lemons into lemonade. But at a certain point, when you've outstayed your welcome, that those lemons, you're supposed to let them remain sour. Go somewhere else during another season and work with limes instead of lemons. I don't know. But this is like, I don't have to defend my belief. I don't have to explain myself. I move around. So there's a message here. I move around. I don't stay stuck. I move around. I emotionally detach. I'm willing to walk away. And so it is. And that's your personal power. Okay? Period. Because you know your worth. This is a part of your path where you know your spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional wealth. And nobody that you come encounter with will be able to ride your coattail, clout chase, or hide their hand behind a situation and attack you. They're meant to experience the side of the coin where you are the greatest loss and investment once you take away your energy. So those are the messages that I have for you, collective, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.